I'm driving through the desert in southeastern New Mexico after recently exploring Carlsbad Caverns National Park. From here, I'll be continuing west all the way to California, but not before making a stop that's sure to be out of this world. I'm visiting the International UFO Museum and Research Center in Roswell, New Mexico. We're going on an adventure. Nowhere on Earth is quite like Roswell, New Mexico. From UFO museums to advertising on the sides of the road, there are little green men everywhere you look. In the heart of downtown is the International UFO Museum and Research Center, along with an outdoor park of the same name. The museum features a ton of exhibits with information about the Roswell Incident of 1947, in which recovered debris that had been found in the desert north of Roswell was theorized to be of extraterrestrial origin. Other exhibits feature just about everything you could imagine relating to extraterrestrials, from Hollywood movies to alien autopsies and even fan art submitted by people from all over.
Warning. Massive nuclear event detected. Proceed with caution.
It was July 1945 when the U.S. Army conducted the first detonation of a nuclear weapon at the Trinity site in southeastern New Mexico. This event sent a message to the entire galaxy. You are not alone.
Investigate nuclear event. Warp travel engaged.
All in all, the museum is a lot of fun and a worthwhile destination if you happen to be in the area. Alright, well, I'm driving through the desert north of Roswell now, which is supposedly where the spacecraft crash landed. Do I believe in extraterrestrial existence? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's such a huge universe out there, I can't imagine that we're the only ones. Do I think that what happened here in Roswell was a crash-landed spacecraft? I don't know. Let's just call me a bit skeptical about the Roswell incident itself. But regardless, I'm heading north towards Albuquerque right now, and then I'll be heading west towards Arizona. I might link up with Route 66 at some point, so that'll be real cool. But yeah, more adventures to come. Hey, so I just linked up with Route 66, which I'm on right now. It's really cool. Route 66 famously links up Chicago to Los Angeles. I wanted to drive on Route 66 for a while now, so it's really cool to be on here. I don't know how long I'm actually going to stay on this road. It kind of runs parallel with Highway 40 for a long time, so I'm sure the speed limit here is going to be a lot less than it will be on 40, and it'll take me a lot longer to get out west on Route 66 than it will on 40. But for now, I'm going to stick along Route 66 just because it's cool. See if there's any roadside destinations along the way. I didn't stay on Route 66 for too long because I was trying to cover ground and it was faster to drive on Interstate 40. I still think it would be really cool to drive the entirety of the road, but you'd really have to dedicate a long period of time just to driving. For now, it was a fun experience just to drive on a short stretch of it. I continued to make my way west through New Mexico to Arizona. I was heading farther west than I had been on my last trip to Utah, which meant that this would be the farthest point west I'd ever been in my life. According to the weather forecast, there were going to be several days in a row of steady rainfall. I had some stops that I wanted to make in the state of Arizona, but for now I decided to push forward all the way to California. I'm in California. Woo! It's my first time ever being in California. This is cool. Just a lot of desert right now. A lot of really big mountains around though. Real nice to look at. I love all this rugged landscape. My ears just popped. If I can, I'm going to try to make it all the way to the coast. I just think it would be really cool to see the Pacific Ocean, even though I'm sure it probably looks exactly like the Atlantic Ocean, which I've seen a million times. There's just something about it. I had to go through an agricultural inspection just now at the state line. They just asked me if I had any fruits or vegetables. I said I had apples from New York State. It was just like, grocery store? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Nothing crazy. But I didn't know that was going to be a thing. California, USA. As I began to make my way into the Mojave Desert in California, I was approaching some ominous-looking clouds. The weather forecast was looking good for the area that I was going to, but I had heard some reports of downpours and even landslides elsewhere in the state. I was led to believe by the Weather Channel app that it would be okay by Joshua Tree National Park. Right now this is not okay. It is coming down, and I'm out in the desert in kind of a flood zone. Ooh, This is kind of scary. I'm in kind of a parade of cars all going in the same direction right now. At least there's that. If it's flooded around here, you know, one of the cars ahead of me will stop first. I'm just wondering if I can get to like the welcome center at Joshua Tree, get off the road for a bit. I really don't know at this point. It's not very safe driving. The rainstorm was intense, but it was fairly short-lived, and after clenching my steering wheel for a bit, the clouds were starting to clear out. Well, that was real crazy for a minute there. Like zero visibility. It was coming down. I kind of wonder if that was part of the system that was causing all of those landslides in Los Angeles. I'm not totally out of it yet, but there's a lot of blue sky up ahead, so that makes me hopeful. I think this might be the most remote feeling place that I've been to yet. This is wild. There's nothing around for miles and miles and miles. Like when I was in the desert in Texas, there were all the oil rigs. In New Mexico, you were never too far away from civilization of some sort. Arizona had stretches that were pretty remote, but nothing like this. Well, that's going to do it for this adventure. Make sure to join me next time when I explore Joshua Tree National Park. But until then, catch you later. Peace.